I just bought a table sled kit from Amazon. It didn't come with the sled, so I have to make it, so bought this birch. That's what this video is going to be about. I make the sled. Contents of the box: some rails, some T-tracks, some screws, and instructions in this manual want it to be 18 by 24, but I only have an 8.5 inch table, so I'm going to make it smaller than that. I'm going to make mine 18 by 18. This project I had to make a few adjustments to fit my table saw, which is a Dewalt DWE7485 8.25 inch table saw. For this project, I started by cutting 3 pieces of birch at 18 inches by 3.5 inches. The back fence was also 18 inches by 3.5 inches times 2. The subfence is 18 inches by 2 inches, and I used a subfence in this project just to make it a little easier to line up the 90° with the saw blade. The stop block was 2 3/4 inches by 2 inches. I had originally screwed in the fence, but after a while I came back and just glued it together because I thought it would be a little safer. I locked down the fence at 9 inches, and then I used nickels in the miter track to give it a little bit of a lift for the guide rails. After that, I used CA glue on top of the rails. I lined everything up and put the birch over top of it and held it down until it was secured. After it was dried, I screwed in the rails to the bottom of the sled. Here I'm just attaching the front fence to the sled. Once you're all done that, you push the fence through the saw and cut almost all the way to the end of the fence, like what I've done here. Here's the back fence, all glued up now, ready to be mounted to the sled. Now I took my T-square here and lined up the saw line to the sub fence to try to get the 90° angle perfectly. And you have to do it on both sides of the saw cut. Once that's done, then I screwed the sub fence into the sled. Now at this point I'm just screwing the back fence in. I had to make some adjustments with the T-track because I had made my sled 18 inches, not 24, and these T-tracks are 24 inches. So I just cut a little piece off the T-track and put them both into the sled. For this job, I used a 3/4 inch router bit. Just mark 2 lines. Where's it going to sit? I don't know if I need this one, I'm just going to put it there anyways. Some CA glue. This is all kind of an optional thing you can use as it is. You could skip the sub fence and just have the back fence. You could just mount a stop block with a clamp and use that for your measurement every time. It came with the T-track, so I thought I'd just route it in because I do have a router table for this job. I had to make a second stop block because the first one I screwed up when I drilled a hole for the T-track. I misaligned it, so I had to redo it. This is just some paste wax I'm putting on the bottom of it to make it slide across the table easier. And here's what it looks like finished. Stop block works pretty good. Not perfect, but it works. And now I'm going to do some test cuts. Since I finished this project, I'm going to add a hold down clamp because I would just feel a little safer with the wood being locked down as I cut across it. Everything I'm cutting is 90 degrees. Done a pretty good job. I'm kind of surprised myself. So it worked out really well. I'm pretty happy with this project overall. There's probably a few things I'd change if I redid it, like maybe the stop block situation. I would maybe rethink how I did that. But all in all, it was a fun project. If there's anything specifically you'd like to know that I did in this project, just feel free to send me a message. Thanks for watching the video.